everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are going to be harrowing and getting some crops sown. But before I can do any of that, I have to leave the water bowser up to one of the out farms for Father Phil to spray some of the winter crops there. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. We're going to get this dropped up to where he wants to come back on the harrow. We're going to get some mini tilling done to get the first crops in the ground. So we're here now where we are going to be harrowing. So we're going to be mini tilling this bit of ground. There's 3 fields here. Long narrow one I'm in at the minute. Do this one first. We have a big one out the back there. The biggest square is a bit of a triangle in it though. And then we have one just the other side there. Be a bit wet. So the ground, as you can see, there's volunteer oats. We had oats in this last year. There's volunteer oats, not sprayed off. Why not? Because there's oats going into it. Volunteer oats is going to make no odds to it. The harrow is going to pretty much decimate the volunteers that are growing. So it's not really going to make a whole lot of a difference to the field. The harrow is set up from the beans, so we'll be going about 2.5 to 3 inches deep, get a good till on it, and we're going to be leaving it then. We'll be leaving it then for today, let it dry out, rear a bit, and we'll be sowing it then tomorrow with the fertilizer spreader. I'll talk maybe a bit more about that later. But so yeah, that's the plan. That's what we have to do. Another harrowing video in the 6499, which is, I nearly prefer it more than the 3690 for harrowing because it's just so bloody easy. It's just one button I gotta press to do everything. All I gotta do is press a button and steer the tractor. If I had auto steer, I wouldn't even have to steer the tractor. Oh, it's just so easy. But anyway, we got ourselves lined up. We'll turn on our screen here. So we're on it. There is a tractor there in the background. It's not ours. We are on an out farm. We're actually in Newtown Cashel, which isn't too far away. Right in bog country. When I put up the drone, you'll see. So I want to go 5. Harrow is on, so my presets are all there. So everything is there. I want to press 1. I want to turn on my wheel slip so that it does my thing, and turn on my headland management so it works on the button, and we're ready to go. So let's get some harrowing done, and yeah, we'll get this all done before this evening. We'll finish the video then tomorrow. Just yes, it's great to get away from the yard and get into a bit of tillage work. We've 2 weeks now to get all the tillage done, so we have 2 weeks then to get the silage equipment ready, because you will not find an it'll be time to start cutting grass. Oh, the best time of the year. But anyways, we go get harrowing. So, as you seen there, time lapse, a run of shame there, but it's harrowing up quite well. It is burying a lot of the trash, but hopefully now a lot of this is going to just go wither itself up and die off. But it's tilling up pretty good. It is a little bit cloddy, you can see yourself there, a little bit cloddy of itself, but that gets a day to rear. That's going to make a lovely seedbed. The next harrowing is going to be smashing. So you can see the difference. Again, we are going pretty deep just to give it a bit of a lifting, but it's doing a great job. Lemken harrow, you cannot fault it. I know I actually have never used any other harrow. I did use a ransoms. We had an old, oh, what was it, 4-meter ransoms, but I've never used any other harrow but the lemken harrow. Oh, it's a great harrow, a great harrow. The only problem with that one is I'd like it to be 6 meters. Make good use of the ponies on this girl and make the 3690 grunt, even though I don't know what the 3690 pull it. I think it should. I think it'll pull a 6 meter. But 6 meter on this tractor, the only job. Anyways, getting on well there. So push more buttons, and away we go. Rising dust as well. Aircon is on. It's one of them. It's the weather is now at that stage now. The boots are on and the aircon is on too. It's that kind of weather. Nice, hot, dry weather. Hopefully it stays that way because we have 110 acres to get sown. It's 100 acres of spring corn, so that's oats, wheat and barley. Actually, I don't know if we've sown any wheat. I'll have to double check on that. Definitely oats. This is going into oats, and with barley, so I'm not sure about wheat. And we have 10 acres of maize, which I spread the dung on that yesterday. Hopefully I get a dung video made. Liv was spreading dung with me, and I want to make a video with her spreading. Hopefully I get that done. I have that spread, and they're going to go ploughing it tomorrow, and we'll be getting that done, getting the maize in. We'll try and get it in early so we can try and kind of have an earlier harvest date, because maize is October harvest, and yeah, longer days means better chance of getting it dry. That's literally all it means. That's the same with these crops. This crop is going for combining, hence it is the first crop we are putting in, and all our combinable crops will be going in first, so that they get just a better chance. We have a better chance of getting them dry, and then the later crops will be going for whole crop. And I don't know whether we'll be doing crimp this year. We're undecided. Our crimp didn't keep, it fed all right, but it didn't keep very well. We're quite disappointed with that, but it was dry. That was the problem. It was a bit too dry for crimp anyways. I do this run along here. So we're in the wet field, you could say. It's not that wet, but it's just the wettest field, and my slip control thing is going off there. It keeps tipping up the harrow there as I keep just the pull keeps coming on her with just how soft it is. You'll see up here there's actually water lying on some of what had turned. What other interesting things you see about this field, you'll see area here, no volunteers. Areas there, volunteers, different areas, different volunteers, and that's where this field had different patches that went down. Now we're just starting to get pull there. You can see the water up here. So yeah, no, a great sign. Anyways, so as I was saying, you'll see different areas where there's like just there's no volunteers, but in the corner there's volunteers. Further out the field there's volunteers, and that's because this crop had a fair bit of it went down, lodged is what we call it, and these are the places where it lodged. The strip going back there's nothing there, and yeah, it's just where the grain lodged. You had that bit of shedding and it come off. It's not like the combine. If it was the combine was letting out the seed causing the volunteers, there would be lines. Every 20 foot there'd be a line of volunteers. like them bits there, the bits that, but there's nothing in them lines, which means the combine did a good job. It's just the places where the crop lodged. Also, just on a quick one, what do you call them birds? You have the white lads with the black face and the black beak. Now what's the proper name of what do people call them? And then you have the seagulls. I actually just seen 2 of them there. What do you call them? Like, do you still call them a seagull when they're about as far away from the sea as they possibly can be? Or do you call them a langull? We call the whole lot langulls around here. But I don't know, what do you call them where you're from?
It's getting harder, you turn my heart up, throw me in water. I'm getting higher, just to feel ya, cause I need to. No one knows it, heart is frozen from your poison. Taking the potion, just to feel ya, cause I miss you. Oh my God, can't stop you like heroin. My love you got, there's no settlement. I can't pretend that we're nothing. Oh, I think I'm overdosing. I think I'm overdosing. I think I'm overdosing. It's getting stronger, can't take no longer, walking on fire. I'm getting higher, just to feel ya, cause I need to. Feels like I'm burning a little bit more, just a little bit more now. Taking the potion, just to feel ya, cause I need ya. Oh my God, can't stop you like heroin. My love you got, there's no settlement. I can't pretend that we're not meant. Oh, I think I'm overdosing. 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 I think I'm overdosing.
So, just doing my run of shame. As you've seen in the drone footage, I didn't exactly do a great job getting it straight, but however, and hopefully you're able to see. Up there is a lighter brown, and the further we go this way, the darker brown it gets till it goes to the real peaty black soil at the bottom. And that is just the lie of the land. As you've seen in the drone, out there is a huge bog area of bog. We're literally right on the verge of it. And yeah, and the bog just kind of slopes into the field and it goes up into good ground. One of the other things, and you'll see a lot of them, stones. There's lots and lots of stones. It is one of the things, land that comes away from the bog tends to be stony. The fields out the front, no bother on them, very few stones. But this field in particular, especially on this broad hill going up, there's quite a good few stones on it. Every year there's a heap of stones to be picked, stony brows, and that's all to do with how the bogs were formed. Starting into short ground now because this is a triangular field. Whatever, nearly there, nearly. One other thing just to show you, the screen, or our monitor, which is monitoring everything from our wheel slip to the the Dahatronics board. You can see there how many, I don't pass much heat on how many hectares we've done because I didn't reset before I started, but you can see there going uphill we're burning 32 litres of fuel an hour. Going downhill it's 24 to 27, so that gives you an idea of what we're doing. And then it is set up at the right width, so we're doing about 4.3 hectares an hour, which is about the 10 acres an hour mark is what we're currently getting. So yeah, that's just a bit of stats on that. So just finished now. Oh shit, all harrowed, all done. So Ray now reared out at 7:30 now, I think. So the plan is now I'm going to be picked up, we'll go home. Tomorrow we'll come back probably after dinner, maybe a bit later, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the evening. Shake it, harrow it again, ring roll it, finished. First bit of spring corn, spring oats in the ground, hopefully by this time tomorrow evening. Also the next bit of footage you're going to see is something that's arrived earlier today, which is, yes, it's going to be lots of fun to get using it. So that'll be the next bit of footage, but there's not much else to say. It is harrowed up pretty good. Volunteers are a little bit annoying, but harrowed up pretty good. A little bit cloddy, but the second run will take the hoe and leave a finer seed bed. And this field is a bit raw of itself. The first field harrowed up very nice. Second field was a bit raw again. This field is a little bit raw, not too bad, but yeah, it just needs that little bit of drying on a second run just to leave it nice. But anyways, of it?
Yep.
No. That's hard. Just spin it around. Oh, if you can.
No. That is a
bigger one, right? That is. Looking forward now to getting these tyres done. Gonna have a bit of fun with this, aren't we?
We'll have lots of fun with this, I can tell you. Only thing you want now, you want a decent manner that we can go and get our 1,000 acres of silage cut and all my spraying done, that we're going to get a week in July. Yeah. That there's fuck all going on.
How we get commandeering my cousin's teleporter again. So we're just on our way out to the fertilizer. The oats is already out, so I'm going up now as well to harrow out the crop. Harrow in the oats to bury it to get to germinate and whatnot. But anyways, what fertilizer have you put out?
Put out 2 bags of 10-7-25.
10-7-25 what sulfur?
Yeah.
At 2 bags to the acre.
At the moment 2 bags to the acre. We'll probably go back with a bag when it's coming up.
Yeah, so that's the sown manure as we call it. So
the recommendation was 3 bags to the acre.
Also, one question while I have you. What was your favourite bedtime story?
You were that cock-a-doodle-doo! What was my favourite bedtime story?
Or what one can you remember? So if you remember it, it must be a good one.
But it was a very long one about a toad and an ox. Yeah, it was interesting. It was fascinating to see all the countries that people are watching us.
Yeah.
That was, I must admit, I enjoyed that. And no, there was another song, the lyrics to American Pie.
American Pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
look, every comment was read, and
leave your bedtime stories in the comments down below, and we'll skip to getting out here. We'll be on up to the field. So, just here now, I'll give you a look at the ground. So the oats is out on it. You can see it there, broadcast spread. Can you see it? Hopefully the camera doesn't start jumping around like it tends to do. Just see the oat seed there. So, broadcast spread. So he's just putting out the fertilizer now. So one of the things I have to do now is I have to readjust the lemken. So I'll have to start the tractor, but I need to let down the crumbler to lift the discs and then lengthen the top link. Don't want to bury the oat seed too deep, or it'll be a long time coming up if it does come up. Anyways, we get started. Oh. 4 long steps. Gotcha. It's doing a nice job now, so it is. You can kind of see it's a little bit fluffier than it is there, but I think we're doing a good job now. I can't really see any seeds there now. There they are, just nicely buried there now, nicely buried. That's nice now. I'm happy with that now. What other things that you'll see there, we started yesterday, we harrowed along that hedge, and that is for harrowing. Next day we start with the other hedge, and that's just to never cut it the same way twice. Slight difference in it, but that just leaves you a smoother, leveler finish on the job. That's why we do that. So we get some tracks made because it's 7 o'clock now, and I finished at 7:30 yesterday. So it's going to be a bit of a late one. We might get to see what these lights are like on this tractor now that we upgraded them. So yeah, we better get to it. So we're in the last field, the big triangular field at the back. Front 2 fields are done. The top headland there to do because this one kind of runs down into it. So I'll do that when I get that far. But no, everything is done. Harrowing up for fierce well. Still rising dust at an awful rate. And this is a bit more rough, bumpier this run, or these, because I'm running with that hedge, whereas I run with that hedge last time, and you come in at a completely different angle to it, but it's going to leave the field smooth, or it should leave it smooth anyways, or fairly well. And look, we're harrowing away the finest, One of the other things, when I get turned around and I get going again, I'll show you, our fuel usage has changed quite considerably. Ooh, push it and go. So, see there, we're going uphill and we are burning 29 litres an hour, 30 litres an hour. That's going uphill. Going downhill there, I was burning back to 20 litres an hour. And that's quite a considerable difference compared to when I was harrowing earlier, but when we were giving it the first run, and that would be, we're going deeper, bigger pull in the tractor, and then we were harrowing, you could say, solid ground, you know, it hadn't been tilled, whereas this is tilled and we're going lighter, so it's easier pull. People have been asking about the Bridgestone tyres, how are they pulling? Well, look at their brand new set of tyres, they are pulling like a train. The wheel slip is literally 0, 1, 0, 0. It's bang on the money. It's bang on the money. I'm pulling up a lot of stones and I'm leaving them, whereas before going deeper they were going down after I hit them, but now going shallower it's ripping them up and then leaving them up. So hopefully now the 6480 will be on the job of ring rolling, and we'll have the stone fork on it. You can see one of them there, and as we ring roll we'll lift a few stones off it. By far the handiest way. You can put a tractor with the stone fork on it. You don't have to go pick stones. Whoever does the ring rolling picks the stones. You have the loader on the tractor. You don't need to get out. You just, it's the only way to pick stones is when you're ring rolling. Obviously it won't be ring rolling tonight. It will be probably, there's a bit of rain promised at the weekend. It'll be after that. Try and do it before it comes up. Oh, the other thing, maybe the elephant in the room, broadcast spreading our seed. Yes, I know, maybe some people think it's the lazy man's way and it's not the right way, and what's the point in having a drill if you do it that way and whatnot. We've done it lots of times, lots and lots of times, and we've always grown great crops. Probably some of the best crops we've ever grown was from broadcasting the seed. That could be down to maybe more seed going out than it would with the drill. It's very hard to know. It's probably one of the things to probably look at is the amount of seed used versus broadcasting versus precision drilling with a cord, or if the Massey drill, if we could ever get going again, probably something to look at. But oats, this is going for combining, and we broadcast it, harrowed it in. We'll keep you up to date. I'll probably show the harvesting of this field. Hopefully I'll be on that job. I'll show you how it's done, but we've done it so many times now. It works fierce well. It's a fierce, quick, handy way of sowing corn, but you just don't have your tram lines and you just don't know exactly how much you're using. It's as much as when everything goes right, there's not much to show or talk about, but it's nice when things go right because there's nothing to worry about anyways. We will leave it at that and pick it up again later on.
In a city, still so far from home. I've searched for you all my life. Cast out like a shadow, racing towards the light. I pray to see you one more time. watch me fall apart. I've always loved you more than you know, Father. Don't you let me go. City nights and satellites. When I'm old and losing sight, carry me home all through the night. I need your love, I need your light. Like city nights and satellites. When I'm old and losing sight, carry me home all through the night.
The last run, and that is all sold. Happy days. So now, you can't really see me. All I have to do, fold up and, as we do say around here, get the flock out of here and go home. It is 10 past 10 and I am just, oh, for me this is why I love working late at night driving tractors. Don't know how it is, just I love it. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. As always, videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow, so it does. That is it for me. Good luck.